Welcome to Mystic Moons. Maybe you hear my Siamese kitty meowing in the background. He says, we're having divination times. Time for me to go and contribute my little meowsing. You know, one thing about at least the cats I have, they have meowsings to contribute. Nothing to be discounted for sure. Anyway, this is a reading for water signs, which ironically, the cat meowing is a water sign. He is a Scorpio sun. But don't worry, we are not doing cat readings, not yet. I will do another pet themed reading. Not quite yet. So this is for water signs, water suns, water moons, water risings, water 8th house, water 12th house. I won't be time-stamping these readings, but I will be reading them in the order in which the title is listed. So that's going to be Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. If you appreciate my time and energy, thank you. Do give me a thumbs up. If you would like a personal reading, please do get in touch with me through my email. It's listed in the channel homepage. You know, you go to the main channel, someone's page. And it has that little description part, and you check out the links. Well, my email's linked there. That's my preferred method to deal with queries. And if you have any comments, feel free to share. I will be reading them, though, at the end of the reading. And trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Oh, well, if you have any other placements that you'd like to go and check out, you can check out the ones from the last time we did this. This is a reoccurring series, so you can either look for all signs, if I had the time to do all signs, or you can look for the element that you're interested in. We do the 8th, 12th houses and moon. Well, because those are things that are swirling around in our energy and haven't yet come to the foreground, haven't yet made themselves overt. And of course, for these readings, you know, as they are collective readings, I encourage you to take a look, you know, reacquaint yourself if you need to with your natal chart. And, you know, see what elements are prevalent. See how your, you know, your water houses are aspected. See what kind of energies you have going on. Okay, so let's go and start. Cancer. That's who we're doing. Thank you for the like. Let's see Cancer. Who is watching Cancer? Who's watching Cancer so intently that their energy is a message we should know about? Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer. I think I want one more deck. Let me get another deck. Okay. Hello, hello. Yes, if you appreciate my time, do let me know and give me a thumbs up. You can also go and check out Cancer if you're interested. The last session, the last set of readings I did and who is watching you, I believe I did it, I either did it 7 days ago or 11 days ago. I forget. But I do them roughly on a weekly basis or maybe a bi-weekly basis. All right, so Page of Pentacles, Cancer, together with an Ace of Pentacles. I was rearranging my plants earlier. Today they've grown. Well, we're reaching summer. Well, not summer, spring where I am. Temperatures are finally warming up, and now I could start moving some things to the windows and the porch. So I'm rearranging all my plants. Anyway, plants. Page of Pentacles with Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Discs. Well, first of all, Cancer, in this energy, somebody's preparing to offer you something, Cancer, someone wants something to happen. We do have Capricorn energy here. I always want to say, though, in this energy, Cancer, someone is a bit idealistic, a bit naive about maybe how far they could get with you. They want a naive and idealistic Cancer about how far they could get with you. And also, too, Cancer, this is someone who either wants to extend the relationship that they had or have with you so far, or just create something entirely new. That is a new chapter. It is new behavior. Could be a new person. I've been shuffling my deck several times, so can't quite look at the bottom of the deck energy. But let's see. I have the Sun. I have 5 of Cups, Death, very strong Scorpio energy, Princess of Cups, Princess of Discs, which are page energies. Of course, in this deck, I think they're always a little bit more wilder than a page would be. They're stronger, more headstrong, not necessarily collaborative energies. So, Cancer, in the bottom of the deck energy that I have for the person who's watching you, here's someone who assumed they could get their way. Maybe they assumed you'd be happy, Cancer. Or maybe they just assume in general, Cancer, the people they approach, the people they tried to handle would be acquiescent to what they wanted. But Cancer, here's someone who's had to learn, I feel like, how to acquiesce to others, how to open up to others, how to rephrase wants and hopes and expectations. I do have very strong expectations here with Page of Pentacles and Ace of Discs. Anyway, here's someone, Cancer, who has tasted defeat. I don't know yet if they've tasted defeat with you. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but lots of page energy here. When I say that, I mean lots of first steps, initials. Let's see. I have 8 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and the moon. Well, Cancer, the person who's watching you is old energy. They're old energy, Cancer, but they never really got that far with you. Energies that have come out particularly strong. Well, I do have particularly strong Capricorn energy. Some Scorpio energy is also coming out strong. We also have, well, if I was to look a little deeper, we could say that we have some Sagittarius, some Aquarius, and some Gemini. Cancer, the person who's watching you still hasn't given hope on you, Cancer. I don't think they had formed any meaningful connection or relationship with you. But they do know you. The energy here, Cancer, is someone who not necessarily just sees you out of the blue, Cancer. This energy here is someone who had close proximity to you at one point. And then, Cancer, those connections, that situation changed. One could also say in this energy too, Cancer, here's someone who never properly expressed themselves or adequately expressed themselves to you, Cancer. Cancer, the person who's watching you, there's some distance between you and them. The connections that they had hoped, Cancer, the connections that they would have liked to have at least explored, Cancer, that never happened. This is something that got stunted at the spark of possibility, Cancer, maybe a little past the spark, but it definitely got stunted, definitely got snuffed. Cancer, this energy that I have here is someone who sees you. Well, they're drawn to you. We could say that on a broad general term. Drawn to you on a more esoteric level, Cancer, their idealized half. And Cancer, the person who's watching you is actually someone who hasn't given up on that spark of possibility. Cancer, the energy here speaks of partnership, admiration, and I do kind of have love. I do think more than a work colleague or someone who's planning to offer you something. I do think this is more on the emotional scale. The person who's watching you. And the person who's watching you intends to go and approach you again, waiting for the most opportune moment, Cancer, to approach you again. I don't quite see vulnerability here, Cancer, although I definitely have hallmarks of some calculating energy mixed in there. That's a little disturbing. Almost, Cancer, like waiting for a vulnerability, a crack to appear, definitely an opening. That's what my cat says. So, Cancer, here's someone who knows your name and you know theirs. And they still think, Cancer, they have a shot with you. Oh, I also have Leo energy, if I didn't mention that before. Main energy here, I have Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius. I already said Capricorn, right? And we could say some Pisces. Then in bottom of the deck energies, we have some Scorpio there. We definitely have some Aquarius and Gemini. This is also too in that energy, Cancer. The person who's watching you was wondering, well, how to best, let's say how to charm you. We could say it that way. The strategy of approaching you, the right amount of transparency without being too forceful or scaring you away. That's what I have for Cancer. And who is watching Cancer? Cancer, I do kind of wish I could make that a little broad into work as well. But even with the admiration tone there, that's an admirer watching you, Capricorn. Cancer. They could have strong Capricorn energy in that. They could have a Capricorn Venus in that energy, Cancer. They could have an Aquarius or a Capricorn Mercury, or their house of communication. You could definitely say their speech or their internal self could have some Capricorn in there. All right. Let's go on to, I believe, Pisces, right? Who is watching Pisces? That would be a Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising, Pisces 8th house, native energy for Pisces, a Pisces 12th house. Could be something we all can glean from there, maybe. Let's see, Pisces. That's what my kitty says. I have lots of kitties meowing in the background. All right. Pisces. I have an upside down 5 of Swords. The end. Coming clean. No point in maintaining facades. Bluntness. Person who's watching you, maybe Pisces, you have said all you needed to say, all that could be said. Maybe Pisces, the person who's watching you, has heard all that they could handle, the truth they could handle from you. There's something in this energy, Pisces. Someone got an overdose of a reality. Not sugar-coated, Pisces, but honest, factual. Things are. Somebody heard that from you, Pisces. Somebody's digesting that, Pisces. Someone, Pisces, the person who's watching you, knows you are right. Not willing to go and face, Pisces, that you're right. Anyway, we have another page of Pentacles. What do they do, Pisces, with this information that you have? Again, that is funny, Pisces. Judgment isn't very far away here in this energy. Someone saw the truth with you. Someone heard the truth from you. You did not sugarcoat things. You left no question. I know my little leaves are all over the place. Anyway. And the person who's watching you, Pisces, is wondering, where does this put your relationship together now? Something was brought up, something not quite appreciated, something that was in front of their face but didn't necessarily need it to be addressed, spoken aloud. Could be something, Pisces, not necessarily related to you or them, the trigger point. But I feel like there definitely were other things, Pisces, maybe things that one could graciously overlook that was said. Anyway, Pisces, the person who's watching you is someone who you laid out truth to. I feel like, Pisces, there has been other moments where you have laid out truth to, but something about what you said last hits hard, hits real. Oh, did I just fold it back? No, I was reading the back of the energy. Got so much into the message, I kind of forgot my motor skills. I have a 4 of Pentacles. Well, with a strong Empress back here. Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is also a prominent energy here as well. And cards going all over the place. 7 of Cups. So Pisces, the person who's watching you, they're digesting what to do with the information you've given them. The facts you pointed out. The reality that you refuse to brush aside. And where does this take your relationship? Because Pisces, here's somebody who wants to continue seeing the world colored as they would like it, Pisces. And they can't do that, Pisces, unless everyone only focuses on the same thing. And when somebody sees truth, Pisces, and someone sees or is determined to build out the mirage they want, Pisces, there's, well, friction. Like 2 fishies going in the opposite direction, Pisces. You brought someone to truth of the matter, the truth of the situation, the truth of now. And they, Pisces, like the narrative they created. And they're not willing, Pisces, to give up on it. Pisces, that's who's watching you right now. Signs. Well, I do have some Well, I do have some Capricorn. Did we have 4 Pentacles? We do. I have some. I read my nights as Sagittarius. I have Aquarius, Scorpio. And if I was to peek a little bit further into the cards here, Pisces, I also have some Taurus. Numbers. Things are too scattered for numbers. Definitely a different way of seeing things, handling things, addressing things. This person doesn't like to have their mirage broken. That's who's watching, Pisces. Let's check out Scorpio. That would be a Scorpio sun, a Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising, Scorpio 8th house, which is the native energy for Scorpio. Again, maybe something for all of us there. Who knows? And a Scorpio 12th house. Who's watching Scorpio? Note, Scorpio, now my little Scorpio kitty is quiet. He said, I meowed for 25 minutes. And now I'm quiet. Anyway, Scorpio, let's go see. See what your message is. Don't worry, he'll be meowing shortly anyway. What is it? 3 o'clock now? 2:30? First of all, he meows in the Steppenwolf hours. And then he meows at the breakfast hours. He meows when I have my business calls. He meows when somebody's outside the door. He meows all the time. Meow, meow. Anyway, Scorpio, let's see who's watching you. Six of Wands, some strong Leo energy coming out here, Scorpio. Somebody's quite determined about you, Scorpio. Their mind won't be changed about you, Scorpio. Strong Leo energy here, Scorpio. Strong fire. I could also say too, Scorpio, in this energy, the person who's watching you is headstrong. Can't tell them, Scorpio, what's good for them. Can't tell them what's bad for them, Scorpio. You know, they want what they want. If it's not good for them, Scorpio, they'll make it good. And Scorpio, in this energy, here's somebody who does have somewhat of a Midas touch. This person, Scorpio, who's watching you is competent, confident, competent and confident. Wondering how overt would they be, Scorpio? I see somebody here with a strong sense of self, but not necessarily a braggart with it. They learned, Scorpio, to be confident, but what they believe in, Scorpio, they use it as internal fuel to push themselves forward. They don't necessarily need to go and share their reasoning or their thought process with others. Thank you for the like. Interesting, Scorpio. This person's energy, needless to say, is warm towards you, Scorpio. You could think it would be a little eager with these cards, but I say Four of Wands and Hermit, that kind of tempers it down. Here's somebody who watches their step, their public step, Scorpio. They watch what they publicly say, Scorpio. I didn't actually mean to take 2 cards, but I guess that's fine. We got Scorpio. Let's see what else we have. And I have an 8 of Pentacles. Somebody admires you, Scorpio, the person who's watching you. Fascinated by you, Scorpio. They see traits, Scorpio, in you. Is it ones that they share or like to emulate, or Scorpio, traits that they have worked hard to develop in themselves? They see you have it. Did I have a Hierophant? I did have a Hierophant. Just checking, Scorpio. Here's somebody who, with their strong sense of self, Scorpio, positive sense of self, and I don't mean using the terms of narcissist or egotist, just somebody who's very confidently competent and confident in themselves. They see a kindred spirit in you. They like how you project. They like how you move. Actually, let me go and fold these cards in, Scorpio, as I read them. And this one, I believe I folded these back, but maybe not. All right. So, Nine of Pentacles, some more Virgo energy. Some tens. Definitely this is someone who has made decisions about you, Scorpio. Someone who has been watching you. Someone who's in close proximity to you. Another Six of Wands. Death. And a Seven of Wands. Gee, Scorpio, Leo energy coming out like crazy. I also have some Scorpio energy here with Death. I have Virgo energy. Did I have an Emperor there? No, I had a Ten of Swords. You have someone, Scorpio, who is watching you in warm energy. This person appreciates you. I think appreciate is a better word than valued here. Scorpio, the person who's watching you could have a tendency, Scorpio, to be in competition with you down the line. Scorpio, this person is in close proximity to you. You may work with this person, Scorpio. If you don't work with this person, Scorpio, maybe this person sees your schedule like the person is a neighbor. Maybe the person is a close family friend. Not necessarily of yours, but of your family, and knows of you. You know, they know how you move, Scorpio. They know what you have done, Scorpio. They know what you are doing now, Scorpio. And not just because they are watching you. They learned about you, Scorpio. They heard about you. They've watched you. This person is a slight fan of yours, Scorpio, that could turn into competition for them if you become better. Scorpio, here's someone who's extremely driven, quite driven. And they find you intriguing. They find you... They know where you are right now, Scorpio, is not where you're going to remain. They know that you insist upon the best, Scorpio, and that you're striving to achieve it. This is someone who's around you enough physically. As I said, if it's not work, it's someone who knows. Oh yeah, I don't really see this as being a friend. A little distant here. Maybe this person, Scorpio, could come closer to you to be a friend. If this person does come closer to you, Scorpio, this person is coming, I do think, in the spirit of friendship, in the spirit of admiration. But this person has highly competitive energy, and anything that surpasses them or begins to surpass them, Scorpio, becomes competition. That's who's watching Scorpio. Scorpio signs outside of really, really strong Leo, really strong secondary energy, still very strong, is Virgo. Actually, that's all I got for you, essentially. I'm also going to say perhaps to Scorpio, no, I don't know if this is your energy or their energy. I don't necessarily feel like focusing on it. But I will say, Scorpio, here's someone who definitely thinks or knows that they went through some trials, Scorpio, to get what they have and to be who they are right now. And Scorpio, I do think in this energy as well, they don't necessarily think or consider the trials that other people have gone through to reach the mastery and possession of their assets, whether that is tangible ones or intellectual ones, physical ones. You get the idea, Scorpio. A little slightly me-centric, not necessarily toxic, but I will say in this energy, Scorpio, they may tend to think that as you gain, as you grow, as you progress, they could think, Scorpio, you do that a bit too easily without seeing all the hard work that provided the basis for what you can do now and who you are now. Scorpio 6s are relevant. I think 6s. I could say 9s, but I'm going to say 6s. It's all about, Scorpio, leadership, the person who's watching you. They want to surround themselves with people who are moving forward, concern themselves with people who are moving forward, and a little bit of shadow side that one person's progression becomes greater than their own. They can't handle that. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello, Red, Zanman, and Sarah, Naomi. So Cancer is at the beginning. The order in which I read the signs are the order that is listed in the title. So we did Cancer, we did Pisces, and then we did Scorpio. And the collectives that are included are the Sun, obviously. Some people include rising, if you feel the rising. But I include here Moon, 8th house, and 12th house. Obviously, think about how your natal chart is aspected, how your moon is aspected, what's in your 8th and 12th houses. You know, how deeply do you feel those energies? But yeah, we include those places because that's the yet unseen, yet unspoken, yet unacted to your knowledge or in front of you for you to do. But thank you for the likes. And you can also check out the readings for the other signs. They were probably done about a little over a week ago. If you're curious about who's watching you and thinking, well, Maybe your ascendant is particularly strongly aspected with some other part in your chart, for instance. You can go and check it out that way. But hello, and thank you again for the like. Well, yeah, those are the readings. You can also check out as well. Let's see, I think I did something to anticipate for water signs. And I did a Cancer astrological note the other day. So those would be, oh, and I did a Pisces one before that. Scorpio, I need to do a Scorpio astrological note. We'll get to it. But anyway, those are my readings for everyone. Thank you for the time. I'll be leaving this up for a little bit. And until next time, bye-bye.